nothing abnormal. He walked in all dressed up, bound and chained, higher than a Georgia pine, got drugs in his system, got alcohol in his system, but he had his suit and tie on. He's not ready to have a suit and tie on, but he had his good clothes on. But you couldn't tell him apart.
That's right.
And then that day nothing happened. And that next Sunday come along and that preacher was preaching the Holy Ghost. And the Holy Ghost fell on this boy and he stepped out and he sat right here and he cried out to God, "Save me, God, save me." This boy was told when he was younger that he was saved by a preacher. He told him that. And he went on through his whole life thinking he was saved and he was okay. But the Holy Ghost convicted him that day and said, "Son, this is your last time, buddy. You keep going down that old road, and it ain't going to be good. Right. If you died, you're hell-bound." That guy that stepped out and walked up here is standing here talking to you today.
Amen.
Amen.
I laid down that old altar right there, and I cried out, "God save me." Little did I know that 3 years later I'd be in this position. I'm nowhere near as good as your pastor, but I'm working on it.
Bless him.
But I'm just telling you today, there's change. I don't know what your problem is, but if you've come to church all bound in chains, he's a chain breaker.
That's right.
How ironic is it the message called Chain Breaker and they sing a song called Chain Breaker?
Amen.
I believe what I say, and I'm hoarse. My allergies killing me. But, you know, he was up in his right mind. He put the right clothes on. But here's the part that I love, and I'm going to be done. He come back to Jesus. He said, "Jesus, let me go with you. Let me go with you. If you've made me whole, I feel better. I got good clothes on. Got the marks of the chains, but the inside's all new."
Amen.
Jesus said, no, you go home and you tell what the Lord had done for you.
Amen.
The compassion the Lord had showed you. Do you remember the day, if you're here and you've been saved, you remember the day He showed you compassion? You remember the day that you walked out that door, you was big, your head couldn't fit through that door?
Amen.
The Lord saved you and you couldn't wait to go out there and tell it. But today, us churches has come to a realization that we forgot what we once was lost too. So now when somebody walks in here bound and chains, we want to look down our long stinking nose at them and say, "Well, why are you here? What do you have to offer me?"
That's right.
It ain't that. It's what do I have to offer you? I got this man named Jesus.
Amen.
He'll come to where you was at.
That's right.
He came to where I was at that day. He took that crack pipe away. He laid it down there. I didn't have to have a 12-step program. And whatever you're dealing with today, you don't have to have a 12-step program. This Jesus can save you, clean you up, set you up, and make you walk out that door when you make your head feel this big. But don't get around the negativity and dwelling in dark places.
Right,
then that devil is waiting for the chance to wrap you in chains.
Amen.
Yes, you're heaven bound, but boy, he can make your life hard.
Amen.
Mm-hmm.
The old devil gets you out of church, you start missing on that Wednesday,
Come on.
and that's okay. Then here comes Sunday night. I'm okay. I'm going to church. I'm paying white tithe on Sunday morning.
Preach.
Then it won't be long. Sunday's gone. The FBI can't find you. Then it won't be long. You're back out in sin. You start walking in dark places, doing them dark things. Young people, I'm telling you, hold your head up, look to that cross, cling to that cross, and you just hold on to that cross. Boy, don't do nothing without Jesus. Jesus has laid His path out before you. We don't know it, but you just got to trust in the Lord.
Yes, sir.
Don't get bound up in these chains, or you'll be like some people didn't get lucky enough to get out.
Yep.
Judas kissed heaven and went to hell.
Yes, sir.
He walked with Jesus and went to hell. Kissed Him. Betrayed Him with a kiss and went to hell. I'd hate to know that some of my friends that I know that I didn't walk by and tell them about Jesus, about this chain breaker, this Redeemer. Put it under the blood. I don't know what you're dealing with tonight. I don't know if you're lost, dying, going to hell. I don't know if your marriage is a wreck. I don't know if you got a kid or a mom and a daddy that's just not being mom and daddy right now. You know, whatever the situation is, right here's where it be.
Amen.
This will fix it all.
That's right.
And you wake up, and I'm telling you, when you bring it here, leave it here.
Amen.
Don't take none of it back out the door.
Right.
Because when you take it back out the door, that is an open door for the devil to hang that chain around.
Sir.
Mm-hmm.
When I left my chain, when God took my chain away, when He broke my chains, this is just an illustration of this, I couldn't function right. I was in my right mind, But the outside was missing that sound of that chain. For all them years, I carried a weight around that I didn't have to carry. Mm-hmm. And then it took me a little bit to realize, boy, the Lord meant business. We meant business up there. He did exactly what he said he would do.
Yes, sir. Man.
He's not lied to me. He's not misled me. He's loved me. He's loved me when nobody else would love me. Amen. He was there. He's God in the valley. He's God in the mountain. That's right. He'll never leave you nor forsake you. Amen. And then I can only picture this little kid. Whatever the sin was that led him to where he's at this point, when Jesus picked him up, cleaned him up, clothed him up, and he says, I want to go with you, Jesus. He says, no, you go home. You tell him what you've done. That's right. I bet you the word he got to town before he did. I can't sing, but I bet he was singing old victory in Jesus. Amen. As he was strutting down that road. No change. But when people sing the outside of him, he looked the same. Mm-hmm. The cutting, the rocks, the chain marks. So many times. And, you know, the Lord makes things right, but people want to look down on us because we still look the same. Yes, here. Sir. That's right. Jesus works from in here out there.
That's right.
Right here is what matters.
That's right. Man.
But I can only imagine. Maybe he had kids, I don't know. Just as an illustration. He said, Mama, 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 I heard Daddy's coming home. And she'd say to the kids, don't get your hopes up. He said this over and over and over. I would love to have your daddy back, but I want the daddy that I met, that I married. Mm-hmm. And then here's a knock at the door. The kids open the door and there's their daddy. You can imagine the thrill they had. There's their daddy. And then there's Mama. And he says, I miss y'all. I love y'all. I miss you too. I love you. But I don't want it the way it was. She says, oh no. Oh no. He says, I met this man named Jesus. Yeah, that's right.
Amen.
Bring it up. He's picked me up. He's set me up. He's cleaned me up. Now let me tell you something. The man that she was used to seeing, that probably told her, said, honey, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. And he's back out in the world. Back and forth. Mm-hmm. When you get a hold of Jesus, that will happen.
That's right.
That's right. I'm going to close with this. I don't know what you're going through. I don't know what's going on in your life. I don't know if your marriage is a wreck. Right here is a man named Jesus can fix it all. Amen. He can fix it right now. If the Bible said immediately, every word in that Bible is there for a reason. Yes, sir. And it says immediately when he stepped out. So whatever you brought with you today, empty it out today. And when you come back tomorrow, let's have revival. Amen. That's why I picked chains. The Lord spoke chains in me, and it had to be real because they sung the song. Amen. I believe the Lord's preparing us for something. Amen. I came to this church just as a visitor to come see him one day, and I told him, I texted him when I got home, I said, the Lord's in that house. I don't know what God's wanting to do. And I said, boy, you ought to think about a revival. And he said, man, I've been thinking about that. And then we got talking again. He said, I got confirmation. Somebody else said the same thing. God's about to do something because the devil don't fight as hard as he's fighting. Amen. For no reason. That's right, brother. And he's got a stronghold on our young people. Mm-hmm. When you go out in town and you see young people out in Honey Church, invite them to your church. That's right. If you have to go pick them up on Wednesday, there's somebody who can pick them up. Love them. Love them, because that might be the only love that they get. Amen. Because you don't know their situation. That's right. That burdens my heart. Young people burdens my heart today because some of them we gave up on. Some of them we say, well, they're too far gone. You're never too far gone for Jesus. No, sir. It's not over till it's over. And I thank God he didn't give up on me. And thank God he didn't give up on you. Amen. I don't know what the need is in your life, but right now's the time. Would you come? Would you come? And if it ain't nothing but to pray for somebody, I know somebody in here knows somebody that's bound with chains. That's right. Pray for them. That mother and father prayed for you. Mm-hmm. Or you wouldn't be here. We may not know who was standing in the gap for us. But when we get to heaven, well, you might get that little tug and say, boy, I prayed for you. Scott, you was out on alcohol. That's right. You was a drunk. Preach it, brother. Snorting that cocaine. And I just grabbed a hold of that old altar and I said, God, I beg God. God, please help Scott. That's right. And then a few years later, he wound up at Calvary Baptist Church. Somebody did that for you. Amen. And I thank God somebody prayed for me because I was hell-bound with a hammer down. Music people come.